What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we are now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer, only time will tell. Oh wait, hang on, let me fix my camera. There we go. That's a bit better. Sorry guys, I had to fix my camera setup a bit. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. However, if this channel does indeed get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed, the possibilities are definitely out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of the set, much similar to what I pulled out of my Genesis Impact box that I opened up last year, which is this beautiful Beat Cop from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely beautiful, you guys. But with that being said, if you guys want to see those boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 80% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys aren't even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ats will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which in a way it basically ties with this week's episode. But the question of the day is this: what match would you guys like to see take place at SummerSlam in Cleveland? Let me know down in the comments below. And for this week's episode, we are going to be talking exactly about that. The top 6 matches that I believe that we need to see, take place at SummerSlam. And I do want to point out that some of these are going to be a bit exaggerated, mainly because we don't really know what the situation is going to be with certain WWE, with certain superstars. So with that being said, as I'm like trying to pluck shit out of my eyes, with that being said, let's get down to it. Kicking things off with the first match that I think we need to see is the team of Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and John Cena versus the Bloodlines, Tama Tonga Loa, and of course Solo Sikoa. Now, the crazy thing about this, and I mentioned this before, but Tonga Loa was basically Camacho from back in, what was it, 2010, 2011-ish, somewhere around there. And he was basically the low rider, if you will, for the man that we knew as Unico, or I guess the fake version of Sin Cara. If you guys remember those days in WWE, then you guys know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. And what's interesting is that the last time, aside from the Raw after WrestleMania and on WrestleMania Sunday, the last time we saw John Cena was at Crown Jewel last year, where he lost to Solo Sikoa in probably one of the damnedest matches I've seen in a long time. Excuse me. And when you think about it, at Backlash we saw Randy Orton and Kevin Owens lose to the Bloodline in what was then now a street fight, just from out of nowhere. And because of Tonga Loa, the Bloodline defeated both Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. And honestly, they need a third person to help defeat the Bloodline, and who better than John Cena? Obviously, yes, funny thing, Cena is actually one of the guys that I mentioned that is going to be a bit exaggerated, because we're not going to be seeing him in WWE until what? Perhaps like sometime during the holiday season at best. Because I think he said on the Pat McAfee show, I think, what was it, right after WrestleMania, that he was gonna be gone from WWE until Christmas. So we won't be seeing him for quite some time. But it would be cool to see Cena compete at SummerSlam. It would be cool, but I really don't think it's going to. I really don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. But it would be cool, but not. But then again, think about this: if the Bloodline expands by 2 more people, that means that Kevin Owens and Randy Orton would need 3 people to help fend off against the Bloodline. And what better way to fend off the Bloodline than inside War Games? That would be one hell of a match right there. But next up is, actually, in my opinion, what could potentially be one of the most anticipated matches I think we would want to see. Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Io Sky for the Women's World Title. Think about this. Io Sky was once the WWE Women's Champion. She cashed in Money in the Bank last year, ironically enough, at SummerSlam, and she pinned Bianca Belair to become champion. She lost the title at WrestleMania, and I think it's gonna come full circle. Think about this: Rhea Ripley's out thanks to Liv Morgan. Becky Lynch wanted to pin Rhea at WrestleMania to win said Women's World Title. However, Liv Morgan, with her revenge tour, wants to take the title off of Becky Lynch, and to top it all off, Io Sky, she's essentially the dark horse in this whole matchup, because if she were to pin either one of those 3 women, guess what? She's now champion, and we would have to wait until next WrestleMania, which now for some reason is going to be taking place in Vegas for some reason. We might see Io Sky lose that title to another WWE superstar, which at this point we don't know who. So when you really think about it, if Rhea Ripley came back and Io Sky injected herself into the Women's World Title picture, minus the Queen of the Ring tournament, guess what? We now have ourselves a potential fatal 4-way main event for the Women's World Title. Do I believe that this match should take place at SummerSlam? Absolutely. Is it WrestleMania worthy? Absolutely. Do I think that Adam Pearce is gonna make the match? It's possible, but we would have to wait until Rhea Ripley came back from her injury to make that happen. But you never know. You never know. Now, this next one is a must. We must get this at some point. Seth freaking Rollins versus Roman Reigns. Think about this. Over the years, Rollins and Roman, both Roman and Seth have teamed up together countless times over the years as part of the Shield, of course, but they've been rivals as well. And this goes all the way back to their days in FCW, where there we had a triple threat between both of them and as well as Dean Ambrose, or I guess now Jon Moxley, I think on the Indies. And then, of course, too, you know, they came together as the United Front, as the Shield in NXT, then joining the main roster. Excuse me. And not only that, but they've had so many instant classics against one another that this one has to be an instant classic. You've got two of the biggest names in WWE right now. One who was the World Heavyweight Champion for 316 days, and then of course you've got a man who's the WWE Champion for 1,316 days. So think about that. Crazy. It's crazy. It is absolutely insane. So it would be quite the way to end the rivalry once and for all by having one last match at SummerSlam. However, the problem is that Roman said he said it best. I don't know if it was in his documentary or if it was in a interview, but he said that if he were to lose to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, which he did, he was gone. He was out of WWE. He was never going to come back. Now, fans all over the world are chanting, "We want Roman. We want Roman." Almost as if they want him to take the title off of Cody. Is it possible that he could take the title off of Cody? 100%. It is absolutely possible we could see that. But we're not entirely sure. At this point, we're not really sure, but we will have to wait and see. However, this match would cap off a rivalry, and it would mean the true end of an era in WWE. But speaking of ending an era, this next one might be the most interesting. Damian Priest, Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight title. Now, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. I know that someone out there was planning on commenting, saying why Finn Balor and Priest, they're part of Judgment Day, blah blah blah. Hear me out, okay? Because if you guys noticed, right after WrestleMania, the cracks started to seep in. And it's mainly because of R-Truth. When R-Truth started to get involved in the business of the Judgment Day by entering their clubhouse and saying that he's a part of the Judgment Day and giving them money and all that shit, the cracks literally seeped in right when Awesome Truth became now the World Tag Team Champions, and when Priest essentially became the World Heavyweight Champion. Think about this. Think about this. Now Finn Balor is trying to team with his protege, his protege, if you will, JD McDonough, on the hopes of becoming tag team champions at some point. However, again, the cracks are starting to seep in, mainly because of all of the arguments that they had. And think about this. They were also part of Night 2. I think they were 3rd overall in the draft. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm going to try and find that list. Hang on. Alright, you guys. I'm back. Yeah, actually, they were actually round 4. They were in part of the 4th round They were actually the first pick of the 4th round in night 2 of the WWE draft. So that right there is proof that the cracks are literally coming in, and there is a possibility that it could all explode sometime in the next month, or in at least the next 2 months at best. And also think about this: with both Dirty Dom and Rhea Ripley now on the injured list, there's no telling what can happen next. For all we know, JD McDonough could end up on the injured reserve list because of what happened on Raw a couple weeks ago, which, if you know, you know. And I think for us to have Finn Balor versus Damian Priest, I think would be pretty cool, because when you think about it, Hall of Famer Edge actually wanted Finn Balor in the Judgment Day to make Balor an even bigger star than he already was at that point. Now Finn Balor is at a point in his career where there's nothing left for me to do, but I want to be champion again. So what title would you want to go after? The World Heavyweight title. And I think a heel Priest versus babyface Finn Balor would be pretty cool, but I believe that it's going to be babyface Damian Priest versus heel Finn Balor. That's what I believe it's going to be, but you never know. You never know. Next one up is actually one that I think definitely should happen at SummerSlam, but I believe it's probably going to end up happening at Clash of the Castle in Glasgow, Scotland. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk. The rivalry that those two have had goes back years. It goes back years. And when you really think about it, all CM Punk is doing is just pissing Drew McIntyre off, to the point where he literally wants to take his head and bash it against a wall, on the hopes that this nightmare will go away. Honestly, I fucking love it. I think this is I think this is Drew McIntyre's karma coming to bite him in the ass, because think about this, he was the one that attacked main event Jey Uso and joined the Judgment Day at War Games. CM Punk comes back. Obviously McIntyre got pissed off, but it was Seth Rollins who got even more pissed off just by the sight of CM Punk. And honestly, if we do get Rollins and CM Punk, with that match, it's more of a professional respect. The respect on a professional level is there, but the respect from a personal level, there is a lot of disdain between Rollins and Punk. However, with Drew McIntyre, it's different. The professional level, such disdain. Personal level, huge disdain for CM Punk. And I think now that CM Punk no longer has that brace on his arm, on his tricep, one could argue that we could end up seeing CM Punk come back to WWE sometime in the next month or two, which is possible. It's very possible, but only time will tell. However, I do believe that if we do get Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk at SummerSlam, or even perhaps at Clash at the Castle in Glasgow, Scotland, I believe that match has the makings to be a main event has the makings to be not just any ordinary match. It's going to be a fight, but it's going to be an instant classic. but only time will tell. We will have to wait and see over time. But this last one, 100% needs to take place. Cody Rhodes, The Rock. Not just for the undisputed WWE title, but for the People's Championship. Think about this. Think about this. It's as Muhammad Ali's wife said I think Lonnie was her name at the Hall of Fame ceremony where she said that Muhammad Ali granted The Rock permission to use the People's Champion moniker, and The Rock ended up using it ever since then, back in 1998. And also think about this. Think about this. Lonnie presented The Rock with a custom-made championship known as the People's Championship, which proves that The Rock truly is the People's Champion. However, Cody Rhodes is now the top dog in not just on SmackDown, but pretty much in all things WWE as the undisputed WWE champion. What a way to cap off a career for what a way for The Rock to cap off a stellar career than going up against Cody Rhodes, the son of one of his own childhood heroes, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, for said WWE title, while putting up his People's Championship on the line as well. But I mean, that right there would cap off a hell of a career for The Rock. But the problem is that we won't be seeing him anytime soon in the next 6-7 months at best. So my theory is that if we don't get that match at SummerSlam, my theory is that we may end up seeing the match take place at WrestleMania, meaning on night one of WrestleMania in the main event, we could end up seeing Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Finally, after all this time, we finally get to see that match take place. Only difference is we don't know who's gonna be the babyface and who's gonna be the heel. Is The Rock gonna be the babyface? Is Roman Reigns gonna remain a heel? No one knows. But if that match does take place on night one, night two is where we could end up seeing Cody Rhodes versus The Rock, where it's winner take all. Very possible. However, just like with any other champion in WWE, you don't know when he or she is going to drop that title. For all we know, Cody Rhodes could end up losing the title at Money in the Bank when it emanates from Toronto. I think in July. In July. So we don't know. We don't know. But at this point, honestly, these 6 matches, including this one, Rhodes and Rock, 100% should happen at SummerSlam. But I really don't think it will happen. But you never know, guys. You never know. But I do want to get your guys' opinion. Let me know down in the comments below what match you would want to see at SummerSlam. And also, let me know in the comments whether or not you think any of these matches that I have listed could end up on the SummerSlam card. But with that being said, that will do it for this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.